No reform. We want it gone. We demand that it's gone, and we're going to fight for this.
Folks, it looks like the MAGA civil war continues. Elon and Trump's support over the H-1B visas have the alt-right doing backflips. So much so that they're starting to sound like socialists. If you like what we do here and you want to support the channel, make sure to like the video, double check that you're subscribed, and leave us a comment down below. Steve Bannon went on an especially interesting tirade against Elon Musk on the War Room today.
Oh yeah, it needs reforming, and we're just talking about the 0.001% we got to bring in. And you heard there in the opening, the skilled immigrant workers, the high-skilled foreign workers. Let me repeat this. And for those out there, and there's a small portion right now in the poll that's being done by Sean Spicer, it's almost 100,000 people have voted, and our position has 2/3 of the vote, and the other position has 1/3. And the only reason it has 1/3 is that folks haven't looked under the hood here. So let me repeat this. The H-1B visa program is a total and complete scam to destroy the American worker. Because naturally, capitalists always want to go to the lowest cost production. They always want to pay the cheapest wages. That's just the nature of the, and I'm not saying that is wrong. What I'm saying is that when you have an America First movement and that the American citizen is everything, and the sovereign will of the American people is everything, and you have to predicate everything and frame it around what is best for the American citizen, then your perspective changes.
Oh, all of a sudden his perspective changes when you think about the American citizen. Interesting. Careful, Steve. We wouldn't want to suggest that capitalism is somehow responsible for the economic disparity in this country. That would be unfair to all those rugged executives and CEOs who pulled themselves up by their bootstraps and daddy's credit cards.
I have not seen one example, and if they had examples, they'd be rubbing your nose in. It's like Rachel Maddow on the 2020 loss. If they had an example, if they had tens of thousands of examples, they would rub your nose in it about, oh, these guys have a different skill set, American workers. That is a bald-faced lie. This is just about a compensation in indentured servants, basically quasi-slave labor, in our own country by the enlightened oligarchs of Silicon Valley. This is techno-feudalism. Remember, they don't believe in the nation state. What they believe in kind of a network effect. This is like the Borgias or the Medicis from Renaissance Italy, kind of these nation states where Silicon Valley and these oligarchs are the feudal lords, are the, as Ben Hornwell says, sociopathic overlords.
Well, I hate to say that I agree with him, but it's true. And I'm not the only one. Bernie Sanders also agrees that we live in an oligarchy. Check out this video that he just released.
Hello, everybody. As I am sure you have heard, there is a lot that's going on here in Washington, D.C. So let me say a few words and try to explain it. Bottom line, after all is said and done, is that after months of negotiations, Senate Democrats and House Republicans reached an agreement called a continuing resolution. But then, out of nowhere, the wealthiest man in the world, Elon Musk, began tweeting his opposition to this legislation. In fact, he was very blunt about it. He told Republicans that if they voted for this proposal, which they had already agreed to do, he would take out his wallet and spend as much money as it took to defeat them in primaries and drive them out of office. You got that? Take a deep breath and appreciate what's going on here. The wealthiest person in the world, who spent at least $277 million to elect Donald Trump in a Republican Congress, has now claimed complete ownership of that party. And what he is saying is, hey, Republicans, forget your constituents, forget your constitutional responsibilities. If you don't do what I, Elon Musk, want you to do, you're out of office. And I have the money to do just that. My friends, what we are looking at here has nothing to do with democracy. What we are looking at here is oligarchy.
I never thought that I'd be able to say that Senator Bernie Sanders and Steve Bannon were on the same side of any issue. But the fact that they are on the same side kind of points to this being a major issue. I mean, Elon Musk just straight up bought America. But I guess here we are.
This is the core. 15 million they let in for low-skilled workers. Here, they've been running this scam for decades. For medium and high-skilled workers. They're not more skilled than American tech workers. They're not more skilled. Show me. Let's see the resumes. Let's see what they did. Let's compare that. All we've been pleading, please show me. If they had a position, they wouldn't have folded so quickly. Sachs and Elon, oh yeah, well, we're only talking about, from fighting to the death. From fighting to the death. They went to, yes, the system needs reform. It needs reform. Yes, we only want the 0.01%. No, stop. And you're going to tap us along. We're not going to forget this. It's a total and complete scam to destroy the American worker.
And I mean, yeah, Steve Bannon kind of has a point. I hate to say it. I mean, I really hate to say it. But the workers being brought over with H-1B visas don't contain skills that are unattainable here in America. They're just more expensive to maintain here in America. And companies don't want to pay those costs because it's all about driving up stockholder value.
And this is the opposite of racism. What did I say at the New York Young Republicans Club interview with the Free Press 10 days before this thing went off? I said, hey, With the reason the black and Hispanic community has no representation, and I'm not a quotas guy. I'm just saying give them a shot. Hell, I went to land-grant university. It's all South Asians. That's not racist. But American citizens should have the ability to get in those schools first. Your families built this country. I'm talking about African Americans, Hispanics, white working class. Take your pick.
Who would have thought that what finally stopped blood and soil pro-Proud Boys Steve Bannon's racism towards black and Hispanic people was racism towards South Asians?
This is central to how they gutted the middle class in this country. And we haven't fought these battles over years and years and years to allow American citizens of every race, ethnicity, religion be gutted by the sociopathic overlords in Silicon Valley. So no, David Sachs, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Elon Musk.
I mean, he's almost got it right, but it's not just the tech billionaires too either. Look at the rise of the gig economy. For years, we've been watching the erosion of the labor movement in the United States in favor of oligarchy. And this is just the latest Hydra head to pop up that needs to be cut down. It's just really weird to see this kind of rhetoric coming from Steve Bannon, of all people.
These are people that played by the rules. This is what you have a civic society for. But there were guys that went there every day and went and grinded through these engineering schools. And what happened to them? You're telling me at 35 and 40 years old, you're taught you're trash? And they're importing foreign workers at a third of the salary? No, you're complete collapse. And you're thinking, oh, we're just trying to reform it. We're just trying to have a conversation on reform. No, there's no reformation, no reform. We want it gone. We demand that it's gone, and we're going to fight for this. And not just gone. I've got another alternative. We want reparations for the tech workers that you stole their lives. You stole their lives.
So now they want reparations. When it comes to stealing the lives of black and brown people in this country for centuries, no reparations. But when it comes to tech guys, now you want reparations? So weird. Not only that, they're suddenly pro-education. I mean, it was just the other day that they were lamenting against people trying to get their student loans forgiven, which is a subsect of this exact same problem. Promises made to young Americans about what is possible with a college degree. And then when you get the degree, go into thousands of dollars in debt, you find out that the industry is either saturated with cheap labor or it's dried up completely and you're just shit out of luck. In those instances, it's, well, you should have known better. But in this instance, it's, we need reparations. Listen, I think this whole President Musk thing is ridiculous, but at least it's got the far right's panties knotted so tightly, they're starting to sound like socialists. I'm Tony Hinderman with Really American. I'll see you next time.